Okay, so today's video is going to be on corn, or maize as I've discovered that it is also called. Now, way back in history, it looks like corn is, our current modern day corn is derived from a plant species called teosinte. Now, this is mostly found on kind of the south coast of Mexico, and it is believed that this strand could have been kind of in production and in use for over 9,000 years up until today. And it's also believed that the early forms of teosinte were heated up to pop in a similar way to as we pop our popcorn. So we're going to move on to popcorn. Obviously, it's my favourite form of corn. I do like sweet corn, but popcorn is my absolute favourite. So looking into it a wee bit, I discovered that popcorn never actually started to be sold in the movie theatres, although it is commonly associated with this today. It appears that it was everywhere else but the movie theatres. People had popcorn stands and kind of street vendors all over the place. It was a cheap option, it didn't cost much, and especially during the war as well, when rations were around, it was a nice treat for people. And so once popcorn kind of took off, movie theatres began to see the profit available through popcorn and selling it within the movie theatres, after people trying to kind of sneak it in and that kind of stuff. So that's when they started to bring it in and making more money of it, and that's probably why it costs a fortune today. Looking at popcorn and how it's made, there's a video associated with this. It should be either above or below, I'm not too sure where it'll be yet, but we're going to look into what actually happens to the popcorn kernel when it heats up. So the popcorn kernel is just the wee kind of seed bit that you see, and when that heats up, the water inside the kernel starts to expand. So it's got this hard coat on the outside, it's got starch in the middle, and it's also got water in there. And so at around 212 degrees, the water begins to turn into steam, okay, and that changes then the starch that's inside from kind of a hard structure into this gloopy mess inside. Then it continues to heat and heat up and heat up, and then suddenly when the pressure just gets too much for it on the inside, it just bursts open. There we go, that's a better noise. And it explodes, and that's when the steam is kind of released on the outside, and that's when the soft starch inside the popcorn becomes inflated. So that's when it grows to about 40-50 times the actual size of the original kernel, because it just explodes out, and then it cools down immediately after popping up, and that's how you get this strange shape of popcorn. So I've really been interested in this discovery of looking into popcorn and how it's all made, and I really do hope that you have too. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them below in either the YouTube videos or on the blog page where this is going. And thank you very much for listening. Cheers, bye.